Salutations fellow bookworms. Welcome back to Meis Libris, or in English, my books. I forgot to introduce myself last time. My name is Yuta Sokura. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The first book I am reviewing from my box of unread books is Pretend You Don't See Her. The author might be familiar to some of you. Mary Higgins Clark. This is my first book I have read from her, but I am familiar with her name. Synopsis. This book is about a real estate agent who witnesses a murder and has to go into the witness protection program in the United States. In her new location she falls in love with a talk show host. Little is she aware that the killer is on her trail. Valde terribilis. Very frightening. I feel like this book gets a 75%. Will I be close? Let's see. 2 out of 3 points for the cover. 2 out of 4 for the title. 1 out of 1 for the author's name. 2 out of 3 points for the blurb. 2 points of 2 for pacing. 0 each for the twist, protagonist and antagonist. 1 point for the suspension of disbelief. 1 out of 3 for liking it. 11 out of 21 points total. The score is 52%. Novus. Interesting. My scores do not match. 52% is far from 75. You have entered the spoiler zone. You have been warned. Let's talk about the cover. Is it eye-catching? Yes. I like the white font on the blue background. Being familiar with the name Mary Higgins Clark, it caught my eye quickly. However, this book is being sold on the reputation of its author. That is not a bad thing, but I suspect the story quality is not her best. I will have to read more books by her to see if my hypothesis is correct. 1 point for catching my eye. Is the title legible? No. The red letters on the spine blend into the blue. The font on the front is very small. Again, the author's name is clearly visible. 0 points for title legibility. The image on the cover does create suspense. The red creates a sense of urgency and danger. 1 point for that. The title, Pretend You Don't See Her, is amazing. Clark was inspired by a song she heard. The title creates a lot of intrigue and mystery. 1 point. In fact, I almost want to give it a bonus point. The title gets me to read the blurb? How could I not, with a title like this? 1 point. Is it relevant to the story? In my opinion, no. The song is mentioned, but the theme this title lends itself to is not executed to its full potential. 0 points. Is the author's name memorable? Yes. I am not sure if it is because I have heard her name so much, or if it's just memorable. Regardless, 1 point. Does the blurb perk my interest? Yes. 1 point. Does it match the overall story? No. 0 points. Frankly, I was disappointed that the radio talk show host, Tom Lynch, played such a minimal role. With the unique skill set and audience reach he has, it would have been more interesting if he did more than direct goo-goo eyes toward our main girl, Lacey Farrell. Was the burp easy to find? Yes. It was on the inside flap of the dust jacket. 1 point. I thought the pacing was great. I did not get bored. 2 points. I have an issue with the twist on who ratted Lacey out to the killer. I can see how it's plausible, but for some reason it just didn't feel right. I just can't put my finger on it. 0 points. I have a hard time remembering Lacey Farrell's name. I could relate to her loneliness and feelings of the lack of power to change things, but her name won't stand out to me in the annuals of characters whose names I can remember. It is said that the greatest villains create the best stories. Heroes come and go, but villains stay with a long time after the story has ended. Sandy Savarano is not one of those. 0 points. The suspension of disbelief was helped throughout the novel. 1 point. Did I like this book? Well, it wasn't my cup of tea. 1 point out of 3. However, I really did enjoy this book. I believe Mary Higgins Clark fans would enjoy it as well. Personally, I probably won't read it again. Am I sad I read this book? No. Will it change my life having read it? Probably not. My feeling ranking and point rankings were quite a bit off. Will this be a trend? I guess we will have to find out together. This review is now at an end. Thanks for sticking with me, my friends. Remember, life sucks, but that is okay. Life is hard, but that is to be expected. So long as we have stories and books, we can get through anything. Valley.